welcome back to my channel. My name is Allie Benedict and I am finally a first-year medical student at Rocky Vista University in Colorado. I just posted my first week of medical school, so if you haven't seen that, go watch it. I'm currently wrapping up my fourth week and I thought it would be kind of fun to take you on like a weekend pre-exam. So we have our second exam, or second round of exams because it's two parts, on Monday. It's currently Thursday at 11:40 a.m. I unfortunately caught COVID somewhere over the weekend, so I've spent the last 4 days in this room pretty much, and I get to go back to campus tomorrow, obviously with a mask on, but it's been rough because, like I said, there's two parts to our exam. The first is the written portion, and the second is the practical portion, which is in the anatomy lab, and I have only been in the lab one time when only one portion of what we're being tested on was dissected, so I haven't seen our donors. So I'm going to spend a lot of time in the lab this weekend, which I can't film as of obviously legal purposes and out of the respect of our donors, but I can show you everything else that I do this weekend to prep for my exam. So I thought I would just take you with me to show you what it's like kind of outside the regular routine and more in the like grinding study time for a specific test. I'm currently going through the osteology of what we need to know. So right now we're on the upper limb, and we have so we're in the musculoskeletal block currently, and we did the back and now we've moved to the upper limb, and within each section of the body we have to know the osteology, so the like bony components and all the different things that go into each bone, all the notches, attachments, things like that. And then we also need to know the muscles, the innervations and vasculature of those muscles. What else? The motions of all the muscles, how everything connects. So I've been just getting all of the new information done, all of our lectures, and I'm finally at the point where I have no new information to watch. Now it's just reviewing and studying everything that I've already seen. So yeah, right now I'm going through the bony stuff. So going through a lecture just has a bunch of blank spaces and trying to identify all the different pieces of the bone. And then I'm thinking, I already finished my Anki for today, so I'm thinking I'll from here start reviewing the muscles again. I felt pretty solid on those like 3 days ago, but I've kind of switched tracks and need to go back to the muscles to make sure I'm still understanding that. I think it'll be a good way to show you what medical school is like in terms of studying and preparing. You cannot cram for a medical school test. You definitely start to like kind of ignore the other stuff that's going on, so the other classes outside of your specific block, and just really focus in the few days before the test. So that's what the next few days are going to look like, and I'm just going to take you along with me. And for all of you that are new here, I'm so excited to have you, and I hope you continue to follow along my medical school journey. Thanks. So like I said, right now I'm really trying to nail down the different components of the bone. So what I'm doing is I have this PowerPoint that was provided for us with all the different labels of what we need to know. And I'm using Complete Anatomy, which if you haven't heard of it or used it, it is amazing. I don't think it's showing you everything here, but you can look up literally any portion of the body that you want to know more about and get super in depth. So right now I'm looking at the sternum, and if I go into the sternum, you can look at landmarks, and so then it will take you just isolated into the sternum. I can't tell if you guys can see the color here, but basically it's highlighting different portions, and then you can click on them and learn more about it. If I wanted to, you can rotate this however you want, and then you can add muscles, which right now I'm working on the bones, but if I wanted to, you add muscles layer by layer, And then again, you click on it, it tells you like so much information about it. Super cool resource, obviously not sponsored. That would be amazing. I found this really helpful to just kind of put everything together in perspective. And I've been using that a lot. So I'm going to keep grinding away at this PowerPoint here before I switch gears and get into the muscles. All right, so it has been a couple of hours. I took a little lunch break and I've been trying to like squeeze in just some, chill time during my lunch break. So I take like a significant chunk of time, like between a half an hour to an hour of no studying, nothing. And I'll usually turn on a show or a YouTube video. Right now I'm finishing the 3rd season of Never Have I Ever, and it's so funny. That's what I've been doing. And then I finished up the bones. It took a lot longer than I expected. I've realized that throughout this whole process. All of school, I'll estimate an amount of time like in my planner of how long I want to spend on something, and majority of the time it's a lot longer. Done with the bones for now. I might quiz myself later, maybe download another blank copy. It shouldn't take as long now that I like know what things are. And I might do that later, but now I'm gonna move on to my daily drawings. Like the upper limb, there's a lot of pathways and things that we just basically need to memorize. So for me, the best way to do it is just like draw it out over and over again, because then I have to like connect all the dots. So I'm going to draw the brachial plexus, the arteries of the upper limb. I need to sketch out the vein pattern or the venous pattern of the upper limb. I've just heard it multiple times but haven't visualized it yet, so I want to try to get a good representation, like visual down for that. And now that I like have all the material, I need to start quizzing myself other than Anki. Anki's obviously a mix of quizzing yourself and like recall, but I need to start doing like actual practice questions to make sure I'm understanding the concepts that I need to understand. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start some drawings and I'll show you them when I'm done because they're kind of fun. Okay, so I've already drawn this out like a ton of times, so I'm just getting messier as it goes. But this is the brachial plexus. So here's where it originates from the spinal nerve, C5 through T1, and then you work your way down through the trunks, the divisions, the cords, and then the terminal branches. It has been a semi-productive day. It's several hours later. I think the last time I talked to you was like noon, or no, maybe like 2. It's now 7:15. I have been just studying. I started doing some practice questions and feel okay. I knew what I thought I knew and don't know what I knew I didn't know. So I know what I need to work on for the next few days, but I might call it quits for the day. My friend compiled like all of the clinical correlations that we need to know, so I might just like read through those a few times. But my brain kind of gives out at the end of the day. Some people can study really late. I'm not one of those people. I can get up early and study, so I might call it after reading through that a little bit. But for now, I'm eating some dinner. Meal prepped this like curry dump and bake. It has rice, lentils, chickpeas, sweet potato, zucchini, bell pepper, and then curry and coconut milk. And then I'm eating it with like half of this garlic naan from Trader Joe's. And it's the last meal I'll have to eat at my desk. Actually, that's a lie. I'll probably still eat at my desk for the next 5 days because I can have my mask off and not be infecting my roommate. If you can hear panting in the background, this is why. And I think I'm just gonna watch the last episode of Never Have I Ever, eat, do the rest of that clinical correlation, and then probably read and go to bed. Good morning. It is a Friday morning, which means it's officially the start of grind time study weekend. So we do have 2 things on the schedule today. One is a review session on Zoom where our instructors put together some review questions and test-like questions
and it's not recorded, so you have to attend live and go through the questions. One of the professors is using iClicker, so it should be a good review and kind of gauge for where I'm at on my studying. And then later this afternoon we have ultrasound lab, which is also testable on this exam, and I get to go to campus, so that's exciting. Obviously showered this morning. I woke up around 5:30 and then was like, no, I'm just gonna sleep in a little bit, and ended up getting up around 6, took Argo for a walk, ate some breakfast, showered, and now it is 7:30 on the dot, which was my goal to start today. So I'm going to put my phone on the other side of the room because I've been very distracted the last couple of days by it, and do my Anki. I always, first thing in the morning when I sit down, I get my cup of coffee, put on some music, and do my Anki. I shouldn't have too many cards today. I think I've gotten through all my new cards for this. I might make some new ones after the Zoom review, like if there's some things that I'm not understanding or I didn't have cards on originally, and just like knock those out over the next couple of days. But we'll see. So yeah, I'm planning on doing Anki. Hopefully it'll take me like an hour or so, and then I want to do some review before the review session. So I will talk to you in a little bit. Finished with my Anki. It took just over an hour, and I actually went pretty slow on some of them. The ones that I still didn't know, I wrote out so that I can study them. I plan out my day at night. I use this, it's a digital planner, and I plan out my day roughly with times of when I want to start working on things, and then a to-do list. So I have that I want to review the bones, review the muscles, before we start our Zoom call at 10. So that's the plan. I'm going to do both of those things, and then we'll do the review session, and then it'll be time to have lunch and leave for campus. So we finally finished the review session. Now I need to quickly take Argo out, make some lunch, pack some food for later, change my clothes, and head to campus. All while this dude just hangs out. He's ridiculous.
This is really cute.
How did it... Oh, it's a camera on it. Oh my god.
Is it like a GoPro? Like wide angle? What? Should I even be talking?
Oh wow.
I can mute it. Okay. That's so cool. I love that.
It's like so inconspicuous. Hi, my name's Emily and I'm running for cancer. What I'm saying.
Hello.
This is so cool. How does it do this?
And then here, watch it.
All right. So I'm finally on my way home, almost home actually. I had a very productive day. I feel good. After I showed you being in the library with my friends where we were doing a review that was posted by tutors, and we did that all afternoon, and then it actually went better than I expected. So after that we headed to the lab, and time flew by in there. We ended up spending, I think, almost 3 hours in the lab, and since I hadn't been in there at all because I had COVID, my friend Claire was amazing and literally walked me through every single thing we need to know. Like, we have a checklist, everything that we need to know or be able to identify or whatever, however they want to ask us about it. And we went through and found literally everything on the checklist, and then they have areas where things have been dissected out off of donors, so we get to see like specific joints, which is kind of hard to visualize when the donor is still fully together. I don't know how better to say that. Spent a lot of time in there and realized it was almost 7 o'clock and we were all starving. So we left. I got mod for dinner. I'm so excited. I have been eating my meal prepped food all week, and I was just kind of over it, and it's Friday night, and I can't do anything fun because I have COVID, so I bought myself a pizza. So I'm gonna go home. I was thinking about studying, but honestly, I put in like a solid 11-hour day today between Anki and reviewing this morning, and then our review Zoom, and then going to campus, going to ultrasound lab, and then reviewing the PowerPoint all together, and then going to lab. It was like basically 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. with an hour break in between for lunch and heading to campus. So I feel pretty good about that. I want to eat my pizza, chill in my bed because I can't be in the living room, and maybe watch a movie tonight. And tomorrow is Saturday. I'm feeling better than I expected to in terms of like knowledge. So I'm thinking that tomorrow will be another like full day grind. But then after that, I kind of think Sunday I'm gonna do my Anki and just maybe that's it, and just chill and sleep and, you know, have a good night. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. That's what Friday looked like. It was long, but honestly super productive. I got a lot done. I feel much better than I thought I was gonna feel. And now I'm gonna hang out, eat some pizza, chill with Argo. Technically the dog park closed 4 minutes ago, but I'm just getting home and I'm gonna like sneak him over there really quick because he probably has to go to the bathroom and get some energy out. So yeah, I will see you tomorrow, and it's another big day before the exam.
Morning, it is Saturday morning, which means we officially have 2 full days until the exam. I let myself sleep in a little bit. For me, that was waking up at 7:45. I've been getting up at between 5:30 and 6 most days, so it felt nice to sleep in. Usually take Argo on a WALK, he's right behind me, but today I think just for the interest of time, I'm just gonna run him over to the dog park. There might be some dogs he can play with, and then come back. And I kind of want to try to start by like 9 or 9:15. I kind of like to like give myself a little bit of a break in the mornings and not just jump right into it. I think that's like a good way to find a little balance, is like letting yourself have a semi-normal morning. I was invited to a coffee shop with a couple of classmates later today, so it might be nice to get out of the house, and I've never studied with these 2 people before, and so it might be a nice like change up and see what they're working on. I feel pretty confident in like most of the material, so honestly whatever anybody's reviewing will be good at this point. And then I definitely need to get into the lab at some point today. So that's what Saturday's gonna look like, I think. Anki, practice questions, going into the lab.
Morning, y'all. Guess what?
We got hitched.
No, we're engaged.
Hello, good morning. If I have stains on my shirt, please ignore them. A dog jumped on me at the dog park. I did not really talk to you yesterday afternoon, but I had my first late night study sesh of all of medical school. I'm usually to bed early, wake up early, but last night, you know, I just had the feeling, I was like, I could study for a few more hours. So I went to a coffee shop with one of my friends. We did a bunch of practice questions and went through a lot of the like clinical correlations, which is stuff I needed to work on. And then from there, I came home and ate dinner and let Argo out. I was there for like 5 or 6 hours. And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go to campus. And we went into the lab, and then we sat in the library for like an hour, and I didn't leave until like almost midnight last night. So it was good. I think I needed it. I feel better. And then this morning I slept in until about 8 or 7:30, took Argo for a walk, and now it's time to get back at it. Again, I want to take today semi-chill if I can. Not to hop in the shower and then do my Anki, and then probably meet up with a friend at the lab one more time,
and then just practice questions today. I would like to be done studying by like 5 or 6 just so I can have like a chill evening. Normally I would grocery shop and meal prep on Sunday, but I don't know if I'm going to get to that today. Tomorrow I'm done at like my practical is at 11, so I have all afternoon. So I might just do that then. But yeah, let's see what I do today. It's probably going to be a lot of just review questions and then spending some time in the lab. But so far it's been a productive weekend. I just spent about 4 hours at the coffee shop with my friend, and we went over a ton of practice questions, all of the ultrasound stuff, all of the diagnostic imaging, so everything other than ultrasound. Yeah, we did a lot and went over some things that I felt like I hadn't even thought about for like all of the 2 weeks. So we did that, and now we're heading to the lab for my final time before the practical. So I'm really hoping that when I get in there, I feel like I can identify things. If someone points something out, I know what it is. It's about almost 4 o'clock. I'm starving. Luckily, I brought some food with me, so I'm gonna heat up some food, eat it at school, and then head into the lab for however long it takes for me to feel like I know what I'm looking at. So that's Sunday so far. I would really love to only be in there for like 2 hours at the most, but it might end up being more. But it would be nice to get out of there by like 6 o'clock, get home, and just chill for the evening. I feel good in the lab, and I will update you later. Well, I studied more than I thought I was going to today. It was a full-on grind weekend. Last I talked to you, I was leaving the coffee shop. That was around 4, and it's 7:40 now. We spent almost 3.5 hours in the lab. So I'm glad I did it. I feel a lot better about identifying structures now, but it was a long time and I'm tired, and I never wear contacts, but since I have to wear my mask, it's a lot easier to wear contacts so my glasses don't fog up, and so my eyes are just tired, and I'm just tired, and my brain is full, and I'm ready to be done studying. So the plan from now on is to go home, eat some food, get in bed because I still can't hang out in the living room, and watch a movie or watch a show, not sure which yet, and just chill out, go to bed, try to be asleep by 10, and then I like to wake up. Some people are like nothing before the test. I like to do my Anki in the morning, and like even in undergrad before I did Anki, I would still like semi-review in the morning. I just like to like prime my brain a little bit. So tomorrow morning I will do Anki, and that's it, and then I'll take my written portion of the test, and then I think I have like, depending on when I finish my test, I'll have anywhere from like an hour at least to an hour and a half before my practical, and I'll probably rewatch the review videos from the fellows just to like see everything one more time and just watch it. So yeah, I'm done, and that was a weekend of studying. Tomorrow morning, all I'm gonna do is do Anki, so yeah, we'll see how it goes. I feel like I've done everything that I could with the time that I had on campus and the time that I had at home, so whatever happens, happens. I did my best, and I feel pretty good, but you just never know. These tests can be brutal, so we'll see how it goes. But thanks for watching and following along. Medical school is no joke. It's a lot of work, a lot of hours, but it's also a cool time to like get to know people, spend time studying with other people, and figure out like how much you can actually handle. So thank you, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.